in that field today? Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to I'm going to When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready. I'm going to We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap, 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 yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yap, 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 yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You ought to make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to It's a wrap. Game over. The mail never stops.
Here comes the mailman.
Mail time.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. The mail's here. When you control the mail, you control information.
Oh, we got calls? We already got calls. Good gravy. Guys, let me do the intro before we get calls in.
Strange in your league. Who you gonna call? SleeperWire!
Oh my God, it is the SleeperWire Mailsack, and apparently you guys missed us because we already got 2 calls on the line. We're going to get to those in 2 seconds. Let me just intro the show and tell you who's going to be on, and then we'll get to you, Curtis. I see you, Curtis. I see you, Curtis. Shaking that ass. Shaking that ass. All right, welcome to the SleeperWire Mailsack. The only weekly live advice call-in show. If you're listening on Dash Radio or on a replay, the phone line isn't going to work. But if you're listening live right now, you can call in 256-56-SLEEP. 256-567-5337 is the number. 256-56-SLEEP on your phone. And we'll answer your questions live. You get to jump the line if you call in. If you don't get a chance to call in and you still have questions throughout the week, just go to sleeperwire.com, hit the free advice button, send us your questions. We'll get back to you through the email real quick. Tonight we got Lucas and Dirty Jobs Mike, and we'll start with the calls, I guess, guys. We just hop in. Let's get this rolling. No 3-hour show today. Let's do it right.
All right.
I love it. Red Dead Redemption Online just came out today, so time
so
is up the
you've beat it on the console. Now you have to rebeat it online, huh?
I have to beat it. Now I get a ride with my posse, Lucas. Now I get a ride with my posse.
I see.
I think we'll start with this one.
This is Curtis, baby.
Nah, I know Curtis, man.
Oh, Curtis, man.
This is the new cut. Y'all be back. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
What's up, Curtis? Is this you?
What's up? Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up?
Hey, Curtis, can you tell that Steve missed you? He says that y'all missed us. I think we missed y'all.
I missed y'all. I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all. I miss y'all every week, man. It's part of ritual. I got to call y'all, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's hear about your playoff team here.
Okay. Well, I already made playoffs in all 6 of my leagues, so I'm happy about that.
Right.
But this in my main money league, I had a question about my flex, and a question about a playoff strategy. Okay, As you guys know, my team pretty stacked. On waiver wire, I picked up DJ Moore. I picked up Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, and I picked up and somehow I don't know how the hell Josh Allen was still there, but he was there. I just picked all these players up just to hoard them, so no one else could play. So no one else could play them. And my defenses right now, I have the Broncos who I'm gonna play this week, and I have the Ravens. The question is, do you guys feel the Broncos are a good defense for this week, and can I just play them out for the rest? And also for my flex week, I'm looking at a choice between Sony and Gus.
Ooh, okay. So a couple of really good questions. To answer them, I do like the Denver defense going forward. I think that they are going to absolutely dominate Cincinnati. They're starting Driscoll, which actually I don't think is much of a downgrade for Cincinnati overall, but I do like Denver's defense going forward. They have one of the easiest defense schedules going forward of any team. I like them, and I like the Titans quite a bit for other teams. But so they have Cincinnati, they have San Francisco, they have Cleveland, and they have Oakland. I think Cleveland might actually give them a game because they're on right now. But aside from that, Cincinnati, San Francisco, and Oakland, Denver should really have some big games coming into the fantasy playoffs. Mike, what do you think here? You like Denver?
Oh, I love Denver. You know I'm a Denver homer. But more importantly, I really like that mix of Miller and Chubb. I really think that both of those guys have really added a dynamic to that run defense. They've given it up a couple of times, but since then, they've been fairly solid on the ground, so you're going to have to throw it against them, and they're not bad against the pass either, so I'm really happy about Denver rest of season.
All right, so he also had a flex question for us. He wanted to know between Gus Edwards and who was the other one, Curtis?
And Sony Michel, full PPR.
So what do you think here, Mike? Gus Edwards didn't practice today.
For me, I got to lean Sony Michel. They were starting to use him the way that they were using him. I do know that Rex Burkhead is back, but I still feel like in a full PPR, I feel a lot more confident with Sony Michel.
Okay, I think that I would lean Sony Michel also, but I do like that Gus Edwards has had over 100 yards rushing in both of his two starts. Granted, they were against Cincinnati and Oakland, but it's not like the Atlanta run defense is much better. I don't really think that you can go wrong here as long as Gus Edwards is healthy, but I think that I would give the slight edge to Sony Michel here.
Okay. And also one last question. How confident are you guys with Deshaun Watson being my permanent quarterback through the fantasy championship and everything? I love this guy, but I don't want no mistakes in him having low games. I mean, his schedule's pretty good. He going to get Cleveland this week, and then he going to get Indy the following week. I mean, it's a pretty good schedule. I just don't want no low games because my league is a very competitive league, and everybody got really good quarterbacks.
Who would be? So first off, I'm going to say I like Deshaun Watson going forward. I have no worries with him whatsoever. But I would ask what other options that you have, just out of curiosity to see what we're working with.
Okay. I have on my bench. On my bench, I have Jameis Winston, and on the waiver wire, Lamar Jackson and Dak is still there.
No, Deshaun Watson all day over those guys. Not that I don't like those guys. You know, I'm a Cowboys fan, but there's no way that I'm playing any of those guys over Watson. That team really looks to be doing big things right now. So they're 8-0. You know, so they're making a run at that division. And Mike, you okay with Deshaun Watson?
You know, he's got Cleveland, Indianapolis, New York Jets, and Philly for the championship, which are all very easy pass against defenses. I'm perfectly good knocking out Watson.
All right then. Hey, you guys are the gurus, man. I have nothing more to say.
All right, Curtis.
All right.
Curtis.
Good luck, bud.
Good luck this week.
All right, guys.
He gave us a run of the money there for the background noises from the UPS guy. All right, coming up next, we got a lot of calls. We got 9 calls in the queue. So Jason's up next,
right.
and guys, we're gonna get to you all. Don't worry, we'll get to you. If we missed you, call back. Jason, you're on the Sleepwire Show.
Jason, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Jason?
Hey, no, just got a quick question for a flex. Made the playoffs this year. Half-point PPR. So far, just give you a rundown of my team. 10 teams. Rodgers, Connor, Barkley, Diggs, Brown. Rudolph is my only worst spot in this freaking team. Currently I got Seahawks D, Butker, and then just got a question about my flex. So currently I'm starting Lamar Miller, but I got on my bench I got Mark Ingram, Corey Davis, Deion Lewis, and Tyler Boyd. Who would you guys recommend me starting this week? And honestly, it's been just hell for the past few weeks because I feel like I'm just doing it wrong.
always starting the wrong one. I understand. It's sometimes it's tough to have a deep bench because any of those guys can really pop off. Mike, do you have a strong preference here for one guy or another?
With what Lamar Miller did, I feel like I'm kind of comfortable playing Lamar Miller out of that group at home against Cleveland.
Yeah, Lamar Miller, he kind of has been playing better. That offense as a whole, the O-line was playing pretty well against Tennessee. I'm hoping it wasn't just a flash in the pan thing. I do like Tyler Boyd this week with AJ Green likely to return. And it's hard for me to ever bench Mark Ingram, but I think that I would lean Lamar Miller here, and I wouldn't stress about it too much.
Okay. What about
next?
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just like I said, I pretty decent draft. Obviously Ingram. Miller got in the trade. I used to have Allen Robinson. Ingram, I had the stash for since week 5. Then Deion Lewis. I just hate Derrick Henry so much. He's just so bad, and I'm like, it takes away from Deion Lewis's potential ever. A couple other guys. I have Tyler Boyd I picked up in the waiver. I made the trade. Originally, I had Le'Veon Bell, but I ended up trading back for Antonio Brown, and I had kept. Thankfully, I kept Connor as my because I ended up drafting him as my backup.
That worked out pretty well.
That Le'Veon was going to come back. Oh yeah. Then I had DeAndre Hopkins, which I ended up trading for Saquon Barkley, which that paid off just exponentially for me.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like I had Jack Doyle. I thought I was set for the rest of the season, and now I'm back to Kyle Rudolph, who just is the garbage man over there. He just gets whatever he can, pick up off the ground. And that's the only spot.
Yeah, honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't be super upset with having Rudolph right now. Watching the game last week, I really liked the usage. Him and Kirk really seemed to be on the same page. He caught 7 of 7 targets for 63 yards. So I know in standard that's not a ton, but the usage is there. And finding a tight end who could potentially get those kind of targets, which I think they may need him again here against New England. I expect this to be hopefully a shootout. There's not a whole lot of games this weekend I'm looking forward to as shootout potential games, but this is one of them. So I do think that there's a good chance Rudolph does decent for you going forward. I wouldn't be too stressed.
Forward. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry I'm keeping you guys on for this, but there might be someone else who might two more questions. What do you guys think of Dante Foreman, and what do you think will Devontae Freeman do if he comes back in Week 15?
I wouldn't expect anything from Devonta Freeman this season. Honestly, I just wouldn't. The team has no reason to rush them back. They aren't playing very well. They're likely not going to make the playoffs, so there's no reason for them to rush him back right after an injury and get him hurt. And Devonta Foreman, I think, is a better talent than Lamar Miller, but Lamar Miller's playing pretty well right now, so until he messes up, I don't know that there's going to be a huge role for Foreman. Mike, what do you think about that?
I agree 100% with everything you just said. I was going to say, I really want to see Devonta Foreman out there, but Lamar Miller really isn't proven that they need him out there right away.
Awesome. Cool. That's all I have for you guys. You guys have been super helpful. Thank you again for your time.
Absolutely. Yep.
Really
good luck, man.
Thanks, bud.
Good deal.
Thanks very much. Have a good one.
All right, thanks for calling in, Jason. Up next, we got from the Sleeper app, well-known screen name for our show, God Bless Kamara, is on the show. Welcome to the show.
How we doing?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I have a question, so I won't keep you guys too long, hopefully. But I have Joe Mixon. I'm going to start him in my RB1 spot. And then I'm wondering, I have Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, and I also have Josh Adams to start at my RB2 spot or maybe my flex spot. My other guys on my team are I have Tyler Boyd and I have A.J. Green, but I don't know if Green is going to play. And then I have Tevin Coleman as well. So I'm kind of wondering who should I start in my RB2 and who should I start in my flex.
And what you said, this was PPR standard?
Half point.
Okay. Mike, you want to take the first run at this?
So Josh Adams, you said, and then Gus.
Adams, Ingram. Yep. Gus.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Ingram, Adams, Edwards, and Coleman. So basically, who would you put at RB2? And would you flex one of those guys over Tyler Boyd or A.J. Green?
Well, I think if A.J. Green's out there, I definitely play him. And I feel like I'm going to be flexing Tyler Boyd or A.J. Green, one of the two right there. For me, I think it's got to be Gus Edwards. I mean, he's been tearing it up, and this is a way better matchup than what he's been seeing. He didn't practice today. That kind of scares me a little bit, so keep an eye on that, but if he plays, I'm starting him.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just wondering, like, having Ingram, like having all those running backs, and then so if Green plays, I should put Green in my wide receiver spot, and then flex Boyd, and then play Edwards over all those other guys in my RB2. That's what you think?
I think Mike is saying that to either play Green or Boyd in your wide receiver 2 spot. Yeah, so depending on if Green plays, Mike's saying to play Green there, and if not, go ahead and throw Boyd in that slot.
And then,
I also like Gus for the RB2 as long as he is healthy. Obviously, you have to monitor that. I'm not super high on Coleman this week, so he's going to be immediately eliminated. Adams has been putting up crazy numbers, and he runs hard. He kind of reminds me a little bit of an old Adrian Peterson of a few years ago.
Yeah.
The Saints have been super unpredictable right now,
and it's a Thursday game too, so that's I've got to kind of make that choice.
Yeah, so I really have Mark Ingram and Adams very close in my personal rankings. The Eagles haven't looked very good though, so that's what makes me a little bit nervous there. I think I would give the slight edge to Adams if it were me.
Okay.
Over Ingram, so it would be Gus and Adams. But if you wanted to play Gus and Ingram, and then obviously if Gus is out, you're going to play Adams and Ingram. And I'm with Mike. I would go ahead and play AJ Green. If he's if he's only getting limited sessions in and they're saying that he's going to play, I don't think that it's too cute to play Boyd over AJ Green if it looks like they may, that he may be on some sort of a snap count or that he's not full speed. Because honestly, when AJ Green is out there, Boyd usually balls out. And Driscoll completed a 50-yard pass to him that got called back at the very end of that game. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Boyd was in double coverage, went up, and I didn't think he had a chance to catch that. And he came down with it, got called back because of an illegal shift or players weren't set at the beginning of the play, so that hurt. But Boyd's a baller. So if you have any worry about AJ Green's health,
I had Cup. I was playing Hopkins, Green, and Cup every week. And then Cup got hurt, now Green's hurt, so it's kind of messed me up a little bit. I lost the last week. I'm 9-3, but I'm the highest point scorer in the league. But I had a lot of firepower, but now it's kind of dwindling.
Yep. So it sounds like you got a pretty good thing going. But assuming health, go AJ Green, Gus, and Adams this week.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Good luck.
Have a good one. Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you for calling. God bless Kamara. Up next, John from New York. Been very patient on the line. Thank you for holding, John. You're welcome to the Sleeper Wire Show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, John.
Doing good. I got a question about wide receiver for playing this week, and then I got a little bit of a question about roster management going into the playoffs. So just really quickly, if I win this week, I'll get the second place spot, and I'll get a bye for next week, and then I'll only have to play, obviously, the last 2 weeks here. So for wide receivers, I have to play 3 of the following. Beckham is obviously a lock, right,
okay.
Out of the list of guys that I'm going to give you next. But I have DJ Moore, Adam Humphries, Cortland Sutton, Alshon Jeffrey, and MVS.
Okay. So MVS is in my doghouse right now. I have no clue what's going on. He's getting 2 targets a game, can't be trusted, so I'm just taking him off the list immediately.
Yep.
I like DJ Moore a lot. Funchess is probably still out, so for me it's OBJ and DJ. Mike, what do you think between Humphrey and Sutton?
For me, it's got to be Humphreys. I mean, he's been getting involved on that offense. I want to see Sutton do what he can do. It just doesn't seem like he's what I think it boils down to is Emmanuel Sanders is just a ball hog. I think they're throwing it to Sutton, but Sanders is jumping in the way and grabbing those catches too. So I just can't start Sutton until I see him start using him.
So I'm actually going to have to lean Sutton here for my third, and the reason is because they're playing Cincinnati. They have the new quarterback there in Driscoll with Cincinnati. Cincinnati has one of the, if not the worst defense currently, and I think Sutton could have a pretty good bounce-back game against Cincinnati. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored on the Denver side of the ball.
Ooh,
interesting. Okay, yeah, I was between those two too. Jeffrey's in my doghouse as well. I mean, the whole offense is Jack Ertz and Adams, so it's hard to play
Carson
him.
Wentz just cost me a playoff in my money league. I'm with you, man. It's tough.
Yeah. So I mean, it stinks too because, and this kind of gets to my roster management question. I'm weak at wide receiver here because back in week 5, I was weak at running back, and I traded away T.Y. Hilton for Aaron Jones straight up. Now that probably looks better for me in that deal because like we were saying, a guy like Adam Humphries or there's more guys on waivers, at wide receiver that can sort of produce what you can get with a T.Y. Hilton sometimes, as opposed to Aaron Jones. So I'm still okay with that deal, but it leaves me scrambling at wide receiver here. So my next question is, out of those guys that I mentioned, would you drop any one of those guys for the following wide receivers, just knowing the situation I'm in that are out on waivers? The two really that stand out to me are Bruce Ellington and Anthony Miller. Would you drop any one of those guys that I have for either one of those two guys?
I would for sure drop MVS for Miller. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would run. I would run. I
Yep.
would run and make that happen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And then what about, just really quickly on handcuffs, I have my backs are Kareem, Chubb, Aaron Jones, and Tariq Cohen. I'm really rolling with, Chubb, Hunt, and Jones here on out. I'll use Cohen as a fill-in if anything happens to those guys. And I have Spencer Ware as a backup. Any reason why I should go take Jamal Williams off waivers? Or if something happens to Jones, I'm better off rolling Hunt. Or, I'm sorry, I'm better off rolling with Tariq Cohen.
Yes, I think you're better off rolling with Tariq Cohen. Jamal Williams had a couple games at the beginning of the season as the lead dog and wasn't able to do anything with it. That offensive line in Green Bay is terrible. Aaron, they're completely deflated. So I wouldn't worry about it.
That was funny. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting Jamawful.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, it's tough this time of year. You have to make some tough lineup decisions here, but yeah, all right, I like that. I'm not dropping MBS for Miller, and I'll flip a coin between Humphreys and Sutton this week.
There you go. Good luck, bud.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
See you, John.
Anytime, John. All right, Juan, thank you for holding on the line for so long. Breyer, Bobby Pigskin, and unknown caller from 503. We're getting to you next. Don't worry. Juan, you're on the show. Welcome to Sleepwire.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Good.
Hey, Juan.
I guess I just need to win this week, and I'm in because it didn't happen last week. A lot has to do with Fournette, I guess.
Yeah.
So basically, I need help at running back. I'm really slim right now. I have James White is a full PPR, 12-man league. James White. I picked up Jackson from the Chargers because I'm really desperate. And then I got Howard. So Howard, and then Kerryon Johnson, he's hurt.
Yeah.
And then Fournette, he just got suspended.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? I mean, James White, I guess, right? I mean, he's not getting no volume now. It feels like nothing.
How many do you need? How many do you need this week out of those?
Just two. Yeah, just two because I'm gonna flex out Humphreys this week.
So this one's pretty easy for me. It's White and Howard.
White and Howard.
White and Howard. Howard has been getting 65 to 70% of the snaps. He's actually been getting significantly more snaps than Cohen has, and I expect Chicago to, with Marvin. They obviously Detroit does not have Tate. They're not going to have Kerryon Johnson. They don't have Marvin Jones. Bruce Ellington was on the injury report today. They don't have anybody.
Okay.
They don't have anyone on that team, and they're playing Chicago. I expect Chicago to be up early. I don't expect Detroit to be able to move the ball. I expect the running backs to have a lot of touches and Howard to have a really big game this weekend. So I would feel very comfortable with Howard this week. He's borderline RB1 for me. And James White, full point PPR, that used to be complete gold. I know he's regressed a little bit here, but I think he should be fine for your RB2 in a PPR. Mike, do you have a different take here?
Not at all. Nope, you nailed it, Lucas.
Wait. Were you just talking about Detroit and Chicago playing this week?
Yes.
They played at Thanksgiving. Chicago plays the Giants this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're completely right there. And even honestly, this is even better.
It might be, actually. Yeah.
I'm in La La Land with that one. But I expect it. Well, it's the exact same thing with New York. I was looking up the numbers, and I expect Chicago to be on top of this. With the Vegas lines here, they expect Chicago to win this big, and they expect Chicago to the way that this plays out, they expect them to be running the ball a lot.
Okay.
I give the same take here.
Okay, we'll just change the team names in post-production.
And then I guess I got just two more questions real quick. My tight end, Burton, or I picked up Hurden off the waiver wire because Burton's been the last couple of games not too good.
You picked up
Herndon.
I picked up Herndon, yeah, from the Jets.
Yeah, Herndon. I mean, he's getting a decent amount of targets, and in a PPR, you can do worse. There's really not a whole lot out there to be had. Tight ends have been, they've been pretty rough all season long. But with recent injuries, I think Herndon is a fairly decent option given what's likely to be out there. Mike, is there a guy that what else do you have on your waiver?
The waiver wires right now, I'm looking at Lacrosse or Uzama Lacoste or Everett.
Maybe Everett.
I kind of like Everett. Yeah, out of that mix.
Okay, over Burton this week then?
I really think Burton bounces back this week. It's going to probably be Chase Daniels throwing the ball again. I do like Burton. I know he hasn't looked it and he's tough to play, and we're in these must-win situations. I still feel like I'm starting Burton, though.
Okay, gotcha. Do y'all think that Reynolds is a real deal, though? Josh Reynolds from the Rams? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to be like Cooper Kupp, 6 for 60 and a touchdown every game type thing.
Okay, because I got him and Thielen, and then I got my Humphreys as my flex, and Watson. So hopefully I could get a win this week.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and plug in Howard, and then go ahead and plug in Burton again.
Yep. Wish for the best with Burton, but I would not be worried at all with Howard this week.
Okay. Will do. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Juan, for calling in. Bud. Much appreciate you always calling in. I'm coming up next. I don't know how this is going to work here. Let's find out. Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry, guys. Had it muted. Let's try and do a nice little intro for this guy.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
He's from the 316, the Stone Cold area code. It's Briar on the Sleeper Wire show.
Hey, how are we doing?
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
What's going on, man?
Not much. Playing some Red Dead, and Eric Berry's back practicing, so it's a good day.
You must be a Chiefs fan, huh?
Yep. So I've made some big moves since last week. I know I recently talked to you guys about Zeke, and the Zeke owner was using the trade analyzer and said it was swaying his ways.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up just giving up and saying, hey, we need to make a deal. So I got Zeke. I traded Kerryon Johnson, Nick Chubb, Keenan Allen for Zeke and Olsen. I know it sounds like a lot, but I had depth. So
well, it's an 8-man or a 8-team or 10-team league.
Yeah, 10-man standard.
Yeah, 10-man. So it does sound a little crazy, but most people are viewing it from the depth of what you would have on a 12-man. So in a 10-man, with how strong your team was, getting Zeke was clutch.
Yeah. And then you're not going to believe I got.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just saying, especially with Kerryon going down, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised. I feel bad for the guy. He's a great player, but I dodged a bullet, I guess. But then I used Dalvin Cook and Chris Carson and got James Conner too. So I'm sitting real pretty.
Yeah, that you were doing well.
Yeah,
trading
so
like you're doing deals like Donald Trump over here. Look at this guy.
I don't know what's going on this year, but it's just been everything's going well for me.
Going your way, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish I was in the mix trading.
Hey, we had one week where we had like 7 to 10 trades just all going at once. It was great, and we're still going, but now we're talking about a trade deadline because there's some people that are starting to help out the other side of the playoff bracket and kind of ruining my chances of championship. So we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta. I recommend setting those for a week or two ago before the playoffs. Before they're more or less set, so you don't have that happening. And also come up with some sort of sacco punishment, if you will, for whoever gets last, so that that there's repercussions for tanking, and that'll help stymie some of that.
Yep. We have a sacco punishment, so I'm not sure why people are ruining themselves, but I'll go for it if I get a trophy.
There you
go.
But
my team is sitting at with Mahomes, Hunt, Zeke, Thielen, AB, Greg Olsen, and then I got Aaron Jones or Connor to switch out from. My question is I got a guy who owns Ertz, and he is willing to give me Ertz, but he wants just James Conner straight out. Do you think that's too much to do like a James Conner, Greg Olsen for like Ertz? And he doesn't, I don't really have anywhere to upgrade. So I feel like it's just too much, but I feel like I can sacrifice it because I'd rather have Aaron Jones than James Conner rest of the season.
We'll see. And that's what you're having to look at is what would you determine the value between Olsen and Ertz versus Conner and Jones to be. So honestly, it sounds crazy, but I think it makes your team stronger. I don't like getting rid of Conner because he is an RB1, but I don't think the downgrade is that significant rest of season between him and Jones. Mike, what do you think here?
I think I like Ertz right here. I think you've got the depth to make the move. You shore up your tight end position, man, that's going to be a nasty lineup to face. If you're flexing Aaron Jones and Connor, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it already is a nasty lineup to face. I think I would get an elite talent, a top 3 tight end to shore up that tight end spot, and I would try to get something back from him, a wide receiver or a running back, just something that is, a pretty good player just for the depth.
Yeah, he has AJ Green there, but he's holding on to him. So the rest of the people he has is Corey Davis, which I've already recycled through him. He has Sutton, Watkins, and then he has the Bills and the Chiefs D.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. You already have Hunt and Mahomes. You could try to get Watkins. I know he's injured right now, but he kind of is one of those lottery ticket guys that can have a big week when he's healthy. So just for that extra depth, I might try to snag Watkins to have, get Ertz and Watkins for Connor and Olsen.
Yeah, he said Green wouldn't be too much of a pay up, but I'm not too sure if the Bengals are even going to risk playing Green this late in the season if they don't have really a chance.
I don't know. That's hard to say, but if he's willing to do Green, then I would absolutely take Green and Ertz for Connor and Olsen. I think that's a much more fair trade in terms of value, so you're not losing a ton of value but still making your team stronger.
Yeah, I agree. I have just one last question. I guess it probably applies to a lot of the listeners. Is Melvin Gordon, for those people like me, I have him in 3 of my leagues, and I need wins in all of them. I'm actually starting my first round of a tournament, and I have him and Carry on, so I'm not probably going to have either of them. What would you sell Gordon for? Like, I had some guy offer me Tariq Cohen, and I just feel like you're just with him for so long, it's hard to get rid of him.
No, I'm not doing that. I was talking to a guy on the last call. Howard has been getting 70% of the snap count. I know that Cohen is the more explosive player and can do more with it, but Howard's getting the snap count and more touches than Cohen currently is. So I know that you're in a position that you really want to try to have something to go now, but if you trade Melvin Gordon, I really just wish that we knew how long he was really going to be gone. If it's 2 weeks, then there's no way I can do that. If we're leaning that we think it may be 3 to 4 weeks, well then that's the entire playoff. Mike, what's your take on this here?
I'm just 100% with you there too. it hurts because I want him to play, but it doesn't look good. But I just don't think I could trade him because what if he comes back? I mean, for me, I'd need to get a lot more than Tariq Cohen. I'd need somebody that's going to be out there, and you're not going to get much value with an injury report. So I think I'm happy standing pat.
Yeah, I
I told everyone that I'll just take him down with me.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. You know, I'm starting Carson Wentz in my for the playoff run this weekend, and I'm like, well, we got here because of you, and I just have faith, so here we go.
Yep. Jesus, take the wheel.
All right, bud.
Jesus, take
Best
the
of
wheel.
luck.
Yep, thank you. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
All right,
Yep, good luck, man.
All right, thanks for calling in, Briar. He said, Jesus, take the wheel. I don't know if anybody else heard that.
I did catch that.
That was very funny. That was very funny. This guy's been listening to the show on hold for 33 minutes. It's fucking Bobby Pigskin. Hey, welcome to the Sleeper Wire show. Thank you for your patience.
Hey, buddy, thanks for waiting.
No trouble. You guys ordinarily give me good advice, so I thought I'd wait it out.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so I'm sure you're getting ready to go, so I'll try to be quick about this. I know you're just singing Jordan Howard's praises, but he's the guy I would drop on my team for. Somehow TJ Yeldon made it through waivers.
Well,
his name? What the hell's his name?
Yeah, TJ Yeldon. It's not super clear who is going to get the majority of the touches between him and Hyde this week. And they also have Cody Kessler starting their first start this week, and they also have a brand new offensive coordinator. So there may be people that are skeptical there, especially for just 1 week, because they don't know how that team is going to look. That team could only put up 10 points this game, and Fournette is only suspended for 1 game. He's not injured. So that's probably why he made it through on waivers.
Probably. Because I do have Fournette, but I also have Melvin Gordon. Now, luckily, I already had Austin Eckler.
Yes.
But I'm 6-6, playing the guy currently in second place on my division. So not only do I have to beat him, I have to beat him by 50 points.
Oh, my.
Okay. So you need a lottery ticket here. So your question is, should you drop somebody for Yeldon, or what's your lineup questions that you have?
Well, yeah, my drop candidates are Jordan Howard, and I just picked up Corey Davis. Well, I had Corey Davis. I have a second defense. Hold on. Try to line this up so I'm organized. Who am I trying to add? So, yeah, Yeldon and Hyde are both here, and that's pretty much it. My question was about them. So you wouldn't drop Jordan Howard for either of them and start him?
No, I would not. I would play Jordan Howard over both of those guys.
I would too.
But would you play Jordan Howard over either Gus Edwards or Theo Riddick?
Gus Edwards, if he is healthy, is getting the start. I think Gus Edwards has a huge game against Atlanta.
That's my hope.
Yeah, so it's Gus Edwards for me if he's healthy, and then Howard, right, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. Gus Edwards he should go off this weekend if he's healthy again. If he's not, right. I'm perfectly comfortable rocking Howard out there. I think Howard has himself a pretty good week.
Yeah, now I'm skeptical about dropping him because of his upcoming schedule.
Yeah,
I really want to start him against I really want to start him at home against Green Bay.
Yeah. Cohen is just a vulture, but he just doesn't have the talent that Howard has. I guess he has the talent that he has. It's just a different kind of a talent. And they're just utilizing him. I mean, it's a good 1-2 punch. Howard's just not getting that touchdown, but he's getting the workload. The touchdown should follow.
I kind of look at Cohen as a poor man's Kamara, but he doesn't have as significant of a role as Kamara does in the offense. And Howard really is getting the snap count over Cohen, so for Cohen to be good, he has to be extremely efficient with his touches.
Okay. So Howard over Riddick then. So for my wide receiver 2, how about, so would you still start Jarvis Landry, or would you put in Corey Davis or Josh Reynolds? I'm really hurting a wide receiver in this league.
I think I would play Josh Reynolds. I have Landry in a couple leagues, and I'm looking who on my bench can I start over him. I'm playing that game also. Mike, you like Reynolds also here?
Yeah, I loved Reynolds. 2 weeks ago, I'm all on board with him. I think that, like I said, I mean, he's not going to give you that huge upside, but he'll give you a good, consistent, 6 catches, 60 to 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I would play Reynolds over Landry, and I would sleep comfortably doing it.
Same.
All right.
Callaway looks to be the guy there for Baker right now.
Yeah.
If he's available, if Callaway were available, would you drop Landry for Callaway? Oh, wait,
no,
he's not there anyway. Never mind.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far yet because Landry, I think, is still the better talent. We're just waiting for him to get on the same page as Baker. It's not a guarantee that's going to happen, but there's no way I can drop Landry just purely based on the talent alone.
Not to mention Cleveland's going to an on-fire Houston this weekend. So
yeah, that's right.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Our Houston fan in the background.
Houston.
Hey, eight in a row. I love it.
Hey, 8-0. Okay, bud. Well, did you have anything else?
Actually, yeah. Sorry, I was waiting for you to finish. Last thing. I know the Ravens' defense has been great, but their opponents coming up, I don't really want to start any of them until they play Cleveland again in Week 17. Would you just hold on to them so no one else could have them, or kind of drop them on to waivers and see, or would you just drop them for anything else? Drop the Ravens' defense. I currently also have the Bears.
Oh, yeah, I think you're pretty safe.
I know I can't start them the next 2 weeks either.
Really, the Rams is the only team that I don't want to start the Bears against. Who else do they? Let me pull up their schedule.
They did get 13 against the Packers in Week 1. Yeah, I could add either the Titans or the Seahawks.
I like the Titans. I would drop the Ravens and pick up the Titans. The Titans have a very favorable schedule going forward.
Yeah. Okay. I do, and I believe that is it.
Awesome. Well, good luck this
guys,
weekend, man.
Thanks again.
No
problem. Anytime.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
Excellent.
Right.
Please
good luck,
do.
man.
You guys take it easy.
Okay, last caller so far we got. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. Nope, I thought it would say, "It's in the bag," is on the Sleeper Wire show. I found a commercial for a purse store. I thought it would say on the commercial for the purse store, "It's in the bag," but it didn't. It just had music, so there it is. Welcome to the show.
That's a good try. I appreciate it.
I try,
How
you guys doing?
A jewelry commercial.
Good, man. How about you? Are the playoffs in sight?
I'm doing pretty good. There's a 4-way tie for second place right now. We're all locked into the playoffs. I lost last week by 1.5 points.
Oh man,
that's rough. I've been there.
That's rough. I would have taken first if I would have gotten one more catch out of somebody.
Ooh, yeah, I feel you.
So,
I needed one catch for 5 yards. One more catch for 5 yards out of Kelsey against the Rams that week. I needed 30.
Yeah.
Got me 28.5. That was the most painful thing to watch.
Yeah. But that's all for my bad beat. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to give you guys assuming Carry-On is out and assuming Mac is healthy. I'm looking at Eckler, Sonny Michel, Mac, and Blunt. I need to pick 2.5 point.
Okay, so it's Eckler, Sonny Michel, Blunt, and who?
And Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack may be out also.
Yeah.
Right. He's in concussion protocol. I'm saying if he clears.
Okay. They're playing Jacksonville again this week. So it's for sure Sony here for me. And I want to say Eckler.
To me, it's Sony and Eckler as well. Eckler's getting the start. They're at Pittsburgh, which is a pretty hefty run defense, but Eckler can get it done in the air as well. I'm really not happy. Max scares me because I don't know that he'll play.
Yeah, would you if Matt clears the concussion protocol, would you play him over Eckler?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I still feel like even if he does clear at Jacksonville, I feel like I would still play Eckler.
Yeah, with Fournette not being there and them having the new OC and the new quarterback and the Colts really being on a roll right now, I'm not as worried as what I would have been. It's tough for me to sit Mac. I know he's had a couple not as good weeks, but he did have huge weeks before that. Yeah, I think I'm still going Eckler, though. But it's a coin flip for me if Mac plays between Mac and Eckler.
Yeah, that's definitely that's who I've got in there right now. I like the upside of Blunt with the touchdowns if he is the starter against the Rams.
The thing about Blunt is he only scores like on those goal line carries. He's not taking it to the house. So if the Lions can't get into the red zone and get within 2 yards, you're not going to get much from Blunt, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're also talking that Akeem Talib may be back this week, which was a huge point of the Rams' defense. I'm not sure that Detroit's able to move the ball this weekend with all the pieces out.
Okay.
But
what do you guys think about Hopkins rest of the season with Demaryius Thomas poaching his red zone targets?
I'm not worried about it. Hopkins is such a stud. That was just how this particular game played out. Titans did their best to shut down Hopkins, and in doing that, they got beat on the run, and they got beat by Thomas.
Got it. Okay. Last question. I've got Olsen as my tight end who I'm going to roll with, and he's got a good schedule going down the line, but I'm looking to maybe stash somebody as like a just-in-case backup if he gets hurt. So guys that are available are Uzoma, Herndon, and the two tight ends from the Rams.
Mike, you still like Everett here, or do you like Herndon?
I would stash Everett. I think he showed enough the past couple of weeks that I'm intrigued. I'm happy starting Olsen, but like I said, I like what I see out of this Everett guy. I like what I see out of that connection. So for me, I would rather see that guy do that production on my bench than on my opponent's bench. If this guy might be, who knows, they might go to him down the road and he might be the guy to have. So for me, it's Everett that I would stash.
Would you guys drop MVS just to stash a backup tight end?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I would. I don't have any more shares of MVS.
Even if MVS has another good game or two, he's a guy that I'm not going to feel comfortable. The offense obviously isn't using him, and he's not a guy that I would feel comfortable playing at any point in the playoffs.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Yep. Thank you, man. And good luck.
Just doing our job, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Later.
Thank you. All right. That clears out the phone calls for right now. Guys, if you want to get in, there's still a little bit of time left in the show. We're going to do some Mailsack questions and some Mixler questions next. But if you want to call in, the number's 256-567-5337, 256-56-SLEEP. Just spell it out on your phone. Let's do some Mixler questions because we already had a bunch here, and I know these folks are listening. So let's hit these up. Let's see. We'll start with... Wow, somebody just yelled Curtis in the Mixler chat. Who was that? Oh, that was George. All right, all caps, Curtis. Wilson, 27, PPR flex this week. Mixon or James White?
Mixon.
Mixon.
All right, J-Bar. He loves the pre-show music. Who do I start this week? Andre Reed or Jerry Rice? Apparently he's playing in some kind of legacy league. Look at the almanac and decide. You'll find the stats there.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah, you
always start Jerry Rice.
Obviously. Black Mama 24. Even retired Jerry Rice?
Yes.
All right. Black Mama 24. Choose three running backs. Standard. So here's your choices: Ingram, Chubb, Lindsey, Carry-On if he plays, and Miller.
So Chubb, Lindsey, and Chubb and Lindsey for sure for me. I don't think that Carry-On's going to play. Mike, Miller or Ingram?
Miller for me. Sorry, I was reading that comment of Steve's written in plain King's English, please.
Oh, that fucking guy.
Sorry, man, I just caught that on the side thing, and I couldn't stop laughing. So, yeah, I'm happy with Miller. He's showing it, man. He's doing good.
Okay.
All right.
Chubb, Lindsey, and Miller.
Chubb, Lindsey, and Miller. Black Mamba 24. Lamar Jackson or Cousins this week?
I gotta take Cousins, but I don't want to. I want to take Lamar, but it sounds to me like Lamar might be splitting some with Flacco. So give me Cousins. It's December. It's time for him to start flying.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm expecting this game to be a shootout, so I'm going Cousins.
All right. Same guy, Black Mamba 24. Which defense? Chargers at the Steelers or Denver at Cincy?
Denver at Cincy. Not even close.
Yep.
All right, Tristan Goodwine, full PPR, start 2, Lamar Miller, Tariq Cohen, Tevin Coleman.
Miller for sure here. Yeah, Miller and Coleman.
Miller and Coleman for me too, but it's close. And what's up, Tristan?
Oh, you know this guy?
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine.
All right, and let's see. Ricardo Banks, full PPR. Gus or Landry, rest of season?
Gus.
Gus, yeah.
Wow, okay. Got another call.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's just the way it is right now. It's just the way it is. I don't know who this is. I don't have time to screen it. So we'll take it live. Good morning. Good evening, caller. Thank you for calling. You're welcome to the Sleepwire Show.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, how we doing?
Not too bad. I'm in a must-win situation for the next 2 weeks. I only have 2 weeks of playoffs, and there's only 4 teams that make it, so I need to win both weeks to make it in. But the team's not too bad, so I have a good shot of making it. Question I have is just on defense. I don't think I could really go too wrong on my selections that I have to choose from on the wire. So I'll just give you probably the top 5, and then just see if you guys have any ideas. There's the Packers, the Dolphins, the Titans, the Seahawks, and the Colts.
Ooh, yeah, those are some pretty decent options. For me, it's going to be the Titans. Titans rest of season. If you're looking for a team to have rest of season, Titans is that team. I could be convinced that Packers would be the best play this week, but I think I'm leaning Titans. Mike?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Titans rest the season. I really like the Packers this week, but then the rest of their season doesn't look too enticing.
Yeah, I'm Tennessee. Tennessee rest of the season and Tennessee this week.
So I know you guys said the Packers. The only thing is, since I'm in a must-win, I have David Johnson. So I don't know if it would be counteracting picking up the Packers, because I would kind of want production from both teams. So I'd be hoping David Johnson would go off and then pick up a defense that could go off too. Or would it even matter? Do you think he could still get his points and the Packers could still get their points versus Arizona?
Yeah, that can happen, but I think that I would just pick up the Titans instead. Just pick up the Titans and play them this week and rest of season, and roll with David Johnson and don't have to worry about it.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Good luck, man.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
There you go. I don't know who that was, but thank you for calling, Mr. No Name. All right, let's jump into some Mailsack questions. We got a lot. Well, not a lot, but we can get through them quick here. Lily Banks wants to know, David Johnson or Aaron Jones? He's in the playoffs versus the first place team who has Thielen and Gurley.
This is Jones for me. Arizona's run defense is terrible, and I expect the Packers to be up early.
Same. They're going to have to run out that clock. That Arizona offense isn't really getting a whole lot done. This is at Green Bay. So, yeah, I'm liking that, Jones.
There's a 14-point spread here, if that tells you anything. Vegas thinks that this game is going to be about 34-10. 34, or excuse me. What does that come out to here, Mike? It's 27 to.
You're asking Dirty Jobs to do math?
Of course. Isn't that what he likes to do here?
Wrong SleeperWire staff member. Wrong guy.
Well, okay. Well,
Mike
they
has
think
to take
this is
it. Mike
probably
has
going to be
to take his shoes off for a 14-point spread. Come on.
About 31-17 is what they think this game is going to be. So they expect Packers to be up early and run the ball.
All right. It's a little confusing with this question though, because he says in playoffs. So do people start playoffs this early?
Sure.
Sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you got like a 6-team or a 6 to 8 team loud in the playoffs, and you go to week 16, you'd start this week.
Start early. All right. Black Mamba. I'll just shut up. I'll just be quiet.
No, you're good. Go.
Black Mom 24 from the Mixler chat. Fairbairn or Vinatieri? Kicker question.
Fairbairn.
Okay, good. Con John Silver from the Mailsack. What do you think of Marlon Mack's usage? What do you think Marlon Mack's usage will look like if he clears concussion protocol? I picked up Carlos Hyde and Theo Riddick. Could possibly fill in for him. Which one of those do you think is better half point? So if Mack doesn't play, Carlos Hyde or Theo Riddick half point?
I think that I'd be going Riddick here. They have no other options, and for his first question, if Mack does clear concussion protocol, I think that his usage is exactly what it usually is.
Right, yeah, they're not gonna stray back because of a concussion. Like I could see it if it was like a hammy or something like that. So I'd be good with that. For me though, it's not Riddick. I really just don't like that matchup against the Rams. For me, I feel like Carlos Hyde actually is in line for a pretty big day this Sunday, just because of the fact that you're missing Leonard Fournette. So I think Carlos Hyde might be the play here.
Even with Yeldon?
Even with Yeldon, I feel like Hyde's the better running back out of those two. Why did they pick him up? If it wasn't to try to utilize him as more of a Leonard Fournette role. TJ Yeldon still gets work with Leonard Fournette. So, it's not like he's going to be completely X'd out. I do like Yeldon, but I think Carlos Hyde's going to be the feature back this weekend for Jacksonville.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. We got more Mixler questions. Throw these in. Ricardo Banks, need a flex, half point. Hines, Richard, Yeldon, Funches, Callaway. Oof.
He wants us to.
Hard.
I like Callaway, and I like Callaway than Jalen Richard.
I like Callaway, but man, Houston is just tough on receivers. So I think Richard for me against that Kansas City at home. I think I like Jalen Richard this weekend.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't even want to weigh in on this one. I think I would go Yeldon. To be honest, I think I'd go Yeldon out of those. I don't know. I think I can count on Richard having a safer floor, but he could disappear too. And I don't know. Yeldon, I think that's a tough one. Callaway, I think, is the upside shot there.
Yeah, I saw Corey Davis burn Houston over the top this weekend. I think Callaway has more speed than what Corey Davis. So as long as Callaway can catch the ball, I think that we could see a big touchdown from him.
I think Yeldon and Richard are pretty safe. I would say Yeldon's a little bit safer. But yeah, I like Callaway's upside. Yeah. The Chief, full PPR, got to pick 2. T.Y. Hilton, Baldwin, Landry, and Ellington. So 2 out of those 4.
Mike, you want to take this one first?
I'd say Hilton and Baldwin for me.
Definitely Hilton. What was the other one?
Baldwin, Landry, and Ellington.
Yeah, I'm okay with Baldwin, but it'd be close between him and Ellington for the second one for me.
Okay. June 718, Week 14 defense. So we're looking ahead here. Better play in Week 14. Titans or Steelers. Already have the Titans, but Steelers are available for pickup. They play Oakland in Week 14. Should I pick them up?
No, play the Titans against the Jets.
Week 14. Skip ahead 1 week here, Mike.
Week 14. Who they got that?
So Steelers got Oakland in Week 14, he says, which is nice.
And Tennessee has Jacksonville. I like both of those matches. I'm not dropping Tennessee for Pittsburgh. So if he has a usable spot and wants to pick up Pittsburgh, I'm okay with that happening. But I don't think that I would drop Tennessee just because of how good their schedule is going forward.
You're not going to drop a player to hold 2 defenses, right? Like you're okay with the Titans that week.
Yes, I'm. Well, if he had somebody like MVS.
Okay.
If you have a droppable player, like do not go out and drop a good player to roster 2 defenses. But if you have a wasted spot right now and you don't have handcuffs or anything like that, I'm not completely against it if you have a 6 or 7 team bench or spot bench.
Mike, you good with that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't mind picking up actual other defenses as well, just to kind of play the matchups towards the end of the season. I mean, it just kind of depends. I've seen some scoring systems out there where defenses get a lot of points, so it just kind of depends. There's a lot of them, though, where, like, if it's your standard scoring defense, I mean, it's just not worth the position when you can grab somebody who can actually score you valuable points.
All right. Next question from the Chief here. Should I roll with Kirk or pick up Dak? Dak's been kind of getting hot lately.
Dak has been, but I think that I would roll with Kirk. Dak's playing New Orleans this week, and their defense is good.
They're stepping up, yeah. I think I stick with Captain Kirk, too. I like him.
Me too.
Keep him out there.
Me too. That team is coming together at the right time, I think. Jay Wendling, full PPR, Miller, Howard, or Josh Adams? Only needs 1.
Josh Adams for me, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk myself out of it just because the Eagles have been so bad. Yeah, it's close between him and Miller for me, though.
Yeah, same. It's actually close between all 3. It's really close, but I feel like Adams edges him out. Just with talent.
I think I would lean Miller. I think I would lean Miller for me because of how good the Houston Texans are right now.
I know who the
Eagles.
I
can't argue. That's how
Houston,
close I am.
Who's Houston playing this week? They got
Cleveland.
Oh, man. Okay.
They're in Houston, though. They're in Houston.
Yeah, but Cleveland can stop a run, too. They're not bad.
Yeah.
Man. That's a tough one. All right. Well, I'll let that one be 50-50.
You don't want to weigh in on it?
Man, I think I might start Josh Adams. This sounds risky, and I think I might do that, though. Miller sounds good, too. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Jay Wendling.
No, you're good.
I can't make
close.
a call.
They are
I can't
both
make
close.
a call. Stay Frosty 88. We didn't do this one. Half point PPR, DJ or Sony Michel, and then Brait or Njoku this week.
Sony and Njoku.
Yes, DJ like Duke Johnson.
No, I'm assuming David
DJ
Johnson.
Moore.
No, I'm thinking David Johnson. Everyone calls him DJ.
Starting with David Johnson.
Yeah, who else do they call DJ?
That's why I was asking.
Honestly, for me, it registered DJ Moore because if I had DJ, the real DJ and Sony, I would just be playing DJ. So it didn't even register to me that someone doesn't want. I mean, you got to have some DJ love here, right? David Johnson.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see why, because I was confused. If I sounded confused, it was because you said Sony Michel there. I was like, what? Like, what? What's going on, Lucas? So, yeah, no, as long as that's your reasoning, then I'm with you. No, so if it's David Johnson, you're starting David Johnson, dude. He's a beast.
All right, so David Johnson and Njoku? We agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. K-Hunt, I may call again. I need some help. I hope you got in, K-Hunt 27. Stay Frosty has another one. 1 RB, 1 flex, full PPR. So we got Kenny Golladay, David Johnson, Dalvin Cook, and Chubb. So I need a running back and a flex.
So give me the running backs real quick.
David Johnson, Dalvin Cook, and Chubb.
David Johnson.
And then Galladay's out there for the flex if you want him.
Yeah, I want Golladay in my flex.
I'm playing Chubb and Johnson. There's no way I'm benching Chubb.
I like that too. Let's see. J-11, full PPR. Josh Adam or Lamar going forward. Only weakness on my team is running back 2, and the deadline has passed. Okay, so this one's kind of like that other one. So it's Josh Allen or Lamar Miller. He's putting us to the task here. We have to make a decision. Full PPR.
I'm Adams going forward.
Same. Although, man, I like
rest of season.
I flip. I got to go back to Miller. I have to sit on Miller, man. Houston's just looking too good. This is tough, man. That's like the same player to me in my rankings.
Yeah, I think Adams is a better player than Miller. It's tough to. It's very difficult to be put in a position where you have to talk anything but great about a player who rips off a 97-yard touchdown run and just has a career day for himself. But right. I think that Adams is the better player overall, and I'm trying to look at everything in a vacuum.
The only reason that I disagree, or the only reason I guess that I lean more Miller, is because Miller doesn't have a Clement sitting in the midst. He doesn't have a Sproles waiting to come back.
What do you mean? He has Deonta Foreman. Yeah, Deonta Foreman's better than any of the guys behind Adams in Philly.
He's got an Alfred Blue sitting in the mist. What are you talking about?
Right, exactly. Alfred Blue sitting in the mist, which is my case in point.
I'm not worried about Clement though, or any of those other guys. They had this. They could have taken the job, and they're just not good.
Had a good game last week. He had a good game.
I just don't think that those guys are any good at.
I agree. I feel like Adams is the way to go, but for some reason, Philadelphia just is doing the wrong thing and doing it over and over again. That's what I worry about. That's why I lean Miller, but it's close. And I'm with you. I feel like Adams is a way better running back. Okay. I don't like Lamar Miller.
You love him.
Lily Banks, standard scoring. Robert Woods, Sony Michel, Brandon Cooks, or Julian Edelman. You have to pick one. Oof.
Robert Woods.
Wow. Sony Michel for me.
Wow. Okay. I was going to say Brandon Cooks, but
it would be Cooks for me over Woods if that helps to solidify things. It would be between Sony Michel and Cooks for me.
I don't think Woods has a game that he's gotten less than 70 yards this whole entire season.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, Cooks or Woods, they're both going to feast this week. Detroit can't stop anybody on the pass. So, I guess standard, maybe Woods slightly. But Brandon Cooks has been no slouch. I mean,
But isn't Darius Slay still out there? Isn't he back?
I don't know, but I don't know if it even matters. I don't know if
Here's
it
what I
matters.
know. Cooks has posted 100-yard games the last 3 outings.
Yeah.
And Cooper Kupp's not there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you couldn't. It's Cooks. Yeah, it's Cooks for me. If you're forcing me to not go Sony Michel, then it's Cooks.
Yeah. Screw you, Mike. Screw you and your Robert Woods takes. No, but I think they're both good choices. Our Summers, pick 3 out of 4, half point. Mixon. So we need 3. Sorry. 3 out of 4. So who are you not starting? Mixon, Sony, Gus the Bus, and Josh Adams.
I'm not starting Adams if Gus is healthy, and I'm sitting Adams if Gus is healthy.
Same. Yep, that's where I was leaning.
All right. Will Schneid, are we giving up on LaShawn McCoy?
No. No,
not completely.
I don't like what he does with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, boy, did he look good, by the way. But Josh, I don't like what I've seen with him so far. But LaShawn McCoy is kind of one of those guys that his talent can overwhelm something like that. And it's getting cold. I keep saying that to everybody. It's starting to get cold out there. The running back position is going to become more and more important. Josh Allen loves his running back. I promise. It'll happen. You'll see LaShawn McCoy and him get a connection.
Okay. All right. Dr. Detroit wants to know, Jackson, Wentz, or Mariota? 6-point touchdown, 1/10 of a point per yard. Well, that's what is this? Rush and receive, half a point. I don't know. He's giving me his whole scoring. I don't need all this.
Sounds like there's a lot of bonuses. So for me,
no,
it's
it sounds pretty regular. Actually, no, it's a point per 10 yard. I don't know why he gave me all this. Point per 10 yards, and half a point per rush and reception. Oh, so okay. So there's a small bonus for rush. So it's Jackson, Wentz, or Mariota.
Jackson.
Okay. Marlo.
It's weird that I suggested Lamar Jackson over Carson Wentz. That made me sad.
Yeah, it's very close. It is very close, but
Right.
Wentz is making me nervous currently. So,
Well, and Lamar Jackson just gets so much done with his legs.
right. So I'll take that floor.
Okay. All right. Marlo G, need help on the tight end position. PPR. I have Vance McDonald. He's questionable. Picked up Jonnu Smith, but also have Rhett Ellison available on waivers. Evan Ingram is not practicing. Who shall I go with?
Jonnu.
I like Jonnu a lot, man. He looked good last week. He won some people some weeks last week.
He
So
won me a week.
there you go. Yeah, get Jonnu Smith out there. I'm happy with it too.
I know he won Lanky Hut a week in my Pro-Am division, in my Pro-Am.
There you go.
Okay. Go no Pagano. Who do I start? Full point. Ingram, Gus Edwards, or James White?
So this is another one of those, if Gus said, well, he really doesn't get many catches, does he? So I don't think it's Gus for me. I think it's Ingram. I think it's Ingram for me. Mike?
I think it's too. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. We got Coco Packs. I need 2 wide receivers. My options are DT, Josh Reynolds, Allen Robinson, Cortland Sutton, David Moore, Anthony Miller. It's a PPR. So 2 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys you gave us. You need to hear them again?
Probably Reynolds and DT for me. Maybe Reynolds and Allen Robinson. But probably probably Reynolds and DT, assuming that Kiki isn't full strength again. He injured his hamstring in the middle of that game.
Right.
Mike, you there, or are you thinking?
You said right. No, I agree completely. DT, He's looking really good. He's really fitting into that offense. I still feel like Hopkins gets his, but DT still is. He's looking good, man. I like it.
Okay.
I know this is making Steve happy right now. We've just been glowing about the Houston Texans all game long. You'd think we were the fans.
No, they're playing well. I'm happy they're winning.
Well, hey, I'd just like to point out really quick that Houston, Dallas, and Denver all not looking so bad right now. Looking pretty good. All the favorites kicking some asses.
That's right. All right, we got a couple more Mixler. Ricardo, they're just rolling in. I got to keep up. Ricardo Banks on a 4-loss streak. Ouch. I hope we don't have anything to do with that or too much to do with it. Sorry, Ricardo. Needs to win to stay in. Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel, Landry, Traquan. Are you starting any of those guys over Alshon? Are you flexing any of them over Jordan Howard? It's a half point.
Definitely not flexing any of them over Jordan Howard. I think that even though I don't love Alshon with the situation right now, I don't think that I can start any of them over him. Did you like anyone there, Mike?
No, I really didn't. I think I'd be hard pressed to start any of those guys over Alshon. Although I agree, and with Washington coming to town, that's not the best matchup. They're really tough against the air. But man, no, I can't sit him. I just can't do it yet. He's too good.
Okay. All right, Stone Cold Rogers, Crazy Canuck 20, need one. Mike Williams, Jordan Howard, MVS, Doxson, or Sutton in a flex standard. I kind of like Doxson this week because Eagles are so messed up in the secondary.
I was sitting. That Philadelphia secondary is just giving it up to anybody who has a football. So
the thing is,
Doxson's
but he's not been very. He's not a very good player. It seems like I don't know. It's hard to believe in him against some of these other guys.
I just like his relationship with Colt McCoy. I think that I don't know, he found him once, and he's been finding him over and over, so let's see it some more.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to have to pivot here, and I'm going Cortland Sutton. Cincinnati's defense is complete garbage.
Yeah, they're banged up too. All right, so it's between Doxson and Sutton, flex and standard. Can we make a call on this one?
I have to lobby for Sutton here. I think that Denver puts up a lot of points this week.
I know Mike Williams, no Jordan Howard. Just leave him out.
I thought Jordan Howard was in the flex here.
No, he could be. He could be if you like him there. He's part of the group.
Okay, so he doesn't need two of these. He just needs one.
Just one.
Oh, I thought I got to pick two. Okay. Yep. So it's Howard for me.
Yep. Same here.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I kind of knocked that one off course with the Doxson talk. Minimal impact. Need two. Here you go. Now you can pick two. Keenan, Sanders, Sony, Standard. So I need two. Who are you sitting? Keenan, Allen, Sanders, or Sony for Standard?
Sony.
That is rough.
It is. It isn't really for me. I think Keenan Allen's been lighting it up. Emmanuel Sanders been lighting it up. Sony Michel's in a questionable backfield.
I think I'm sitting Keenan Allen.
Ooh. At Pittsburgh?
Yep.
On prime time?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Keenan Allen has a big game. I'm not saying that the Chargers don't win, but that's tough. With Melvin Gordon out, they might have to lean on him a little bit more. Pittsburgh's defense, their secondary is pretty good, though.
Yeah, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm sitting Keenan Allen. That would be who I'd sit.
Interesting. It is a standard, too. Like, if this was a PPR, I think I would sit the running back. But only because that their value would be okay, I think, with PPR, because the Pittsburgh defense kind of plays like sort of a soft zone a lot of the times, and they let you get some stuff down the middle and in the middle, but then they close in on you. But they're not giving up a lot of big plays. They don't give up big touchdown plays like that. So I like that. You sit Keenan. Minimal impacts. Rivers or Cousins?
Rivers.
Ooh. I'm taking Cousins at New England.
I don't hate it. I just have trouble sitting Rivers at all this year.
Yeah, me too. I like Rivers. I think you got to roll with him. He's just been so good. Let's see. Ricardo Banks has given us excuses. I faced the top scorers the last 4 weeks. Scratch my head. Okay, that's fine. You know, whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night. No, you're going to turn it around. You're going to turn it around. You're going to get in. Don't worry. Where did we leave off? Marlo G. Pick one. RB2 PPR. Let's see. So we got McCoy, Drake, Hyde, Mack, Crowell, and Chris Thompson. His RB1 is Gus, and he's trying to flex Josh Reynolds. So do you guys like two of these running backs over Gus, or are you good with Gus being a starter?
I'm okay with Gus being a starter. You said PPR, right?
Yeah, PPR. So you got McCoy, Drake, Hyde, Mack, and Crowell, and Chris Thompson. It's a lot of guys that are like, if they're healthy, I think I would start two of them over Gus.
Yeah. This one's tough because a lot of these guys are kind of all in the same boat here.
Yeah,
I have Mac, Drake, and Hyde are all pretty close for me.
Same. Chris Thompson, he's out. Like, he's out of the conversation for me anyways. I know they keep on threatening to play him every week.
Assuming Gus plays, I'm for sure playing Gus.
Same.
And I think that I'm going to lean Mac if he plays. If Mac doesn't play, then I'm going Carlos Hyde.
So you're going Gus if he plays.
Gus and Mac, assuming that they're playing. Assuming that they're playing, just because the injuries aren't super serious, so they're not ones that really injure me. If the team says that they're good to go, then I'm fine rolling them out there because the matchup is so favorable for Gus.
Concussions scare me.
You wouldn't put McCoy? You wouldn't put McCoy in there against the Dolphins?
I
think I would.
Okay, so who would you would go Gus and McCoy?
I would go Gus and McCoy, but I'm with you. I mean, the caveat of if they play is just, it's on every single player here. So for me, if they play, it's Gus and Mac as well.
Okay, so I'll side with I'm for sure playing for Gus, and then I'll give it to Steve and say that McCoy is our alternate here if one of those two doesn't play.
Okay, cool. Hacksaw 28 PPR pick 2. Alshon Jeffrey, DJ Moore, Josh Reynolds, Anthony Miller, receiver and a flex.
DJ Moore and Josh Reynolds for me.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Sam
Jeffrey would be my third.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say Jeffrey and Reynolds, just because I don't own DJ Moore in any leagues. So,
with Funchess being out, DJ Moore is really have a chance to kind of come into his own.
All right, good deal. Sandman 25. Can't believe I'm asking this, but start Drew Brees over Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so too. That's the funny thing. Like, how did Lamar Jackson become in these questions of like Cousins or Jackson, Breeze or Jackson? Like what?
The minimum of 100 yards rushing against Atlanta and with a possible rushing touchdown, so a possible floor of 16 points for a QB without throwing the ball.
Right. That's the problem. He can't throw the ball. If he could throw the ball, he'd be interesting. All right, so Breeze is your guy. Need 2, full PPR. Mixon, Cooper, Galladay. This question is from Mondingles.
His what?
Mixon and Galladay for me.
2 full PPR. Mixon, Cooper, or Galladay.
Mixon and Galladay.
All right. Roughnecker, Chubb or Connor this week and rest of season.
Ooh, that's tough. That's real tough.
Connor for me, for both, I guess. I don't like it because I love Chubb. I'm curious to see, like, are your other running backs like Melvin Gordon and Alvin Kamara or Ezekiel Elliott?
I just almost refuse to answer this question because because I really like both of them.
Right.
Well, gun to your head. Chubb or Connor this week and rest of the season. Who are you taking?
Connor.
Okay. All right. Stone Cold Rogers, Crazy Connect 20 wants to know, I need 2 in my flex PPR. Oh, Pro-Am question. All right. So he's got Sutton, Anthony Miller, John Ross, Peyton Barber, and Watkins. Hang on. I can actually tell you his whole roster here and tell you who he's facing.
He just needs one.
Oh, yeah. And he needs a win to get into the playoffs, too, I think, here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's on the bubble. He's on the bubble, 6-6. So, let's see, Crazy Canuck. So yeah, he needs 2 in the flex. Sorry, 2 flex.
For me, it's if Sammy Watkins is healthy, if he looks good to go, I'm playing Watkins, and the other one is Sutton.
Sutton over Miller.
And if Watkins doesn't play, then I'm putting Miller in.
Okay. All right.
Miller over Sutton.
You like Miller over Sutton. I think you should play. I'm looking at his bench right now. I think you should play M. Brown. Who is that? Yeah.
That's probably Malcolm Brown.
Play Malcolm Brown and play Jerron Brown or John Brown. There you go.
Is he playing against you? Do you need him to lose?
No, I don't even need him to lose because I've already clinched. I have the best record in that league, but I'm just giving him a little rib. No, I like Watkins and Miller, and if Watkins out, then we say Miller and Sutton. Is that what we like?
Yes.
Okay.
I just think that matchup is so good against Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree.
I want it to be Sutton. I really do. I feel like Sutton should be this premier guy because he's huge. He's good. They're just not using him. Like I said, I feel like Emmanuel Sanders just keeps on jumping in front of the passes and catching them.
Yeah, I mean, we also have to. They just lost Hireman, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there's another target down.
All right, we got. Well, let's see. Oh, there's one from the channel that we got today. Defensive question for playoffs. So pull up your playoff schedule, boys. This one's from Chongito. What are the best 2 defenses to take into the playoffs? Let's see. It looks like available for this guy, Denver, the Chargers, the Rams, and the Ravens are all available. So out of those 4, who do we like in the playoffs the most?
Denver and the Rams. Rams are getting Akeem Talib back, and with Talib, the Rams go back to being a top 3 defense, and Denver has probably the easiest schedule.
I agree 100% with that. Yeah, it's just too good.
And I'm not just saying that to make Mike feel good about the Broncos.
Dude, the rest of the season is just so tasty. I mean, it's not even a Broncos fan. I hope by now you know that, because I was telling you at the beginning of the season, watch out, this team is not that good. Like, well, okay, so at first I was like, oh my God, they're going to be great. Case Keenum, yay. But then after that I was like,
Case Keenum, no.
Right. But now Case Keenum is actually going to look good the next few weeks. I'm actually streaming him in a few of my 2 quarterback leagues with some confidence.
Excellent. Okay. Final note here from Wilson27. Congrats on a I'm not making this up. He actually typed this in. Congrats on a remarkable season for producer Steve. Always a true competitor in the Pro-Am. We have several teams fighting for the 6th qualifying playoff spot this week in Steve's league, including me. Good job, Wilson. Good luck to all. What a good sportsman, Wilson27. Thank you for the praise. It has been a wonderful season, and it is thick. In my Pro-Am league right now, I don't think anyone is officially out of it because nobody has a star next to their name in the standings yet. So we got a lot of teams that are 6-6 right now, a couple that are 5-7, and everybody's very close in points. How are your guys' Pro-Am leagues going? Is anybody locked in yet?
Let me pull it up here. It's been rough for me. I'm 5-7. I have the most points against. I have over 1,600 points scored against me so far. So that's been tough. I have something like 1,550 scored for me. I have a good team too, which is painful. I have Zeke, I have Lindsey, I have Mike Evans, I have Devontae Adams. I've had a pretty solid team this season, but keep seeming to lose. So it looks like we have Kiff 817 in our league is 10-2. We have DHH Tyler is 8-4. We have 3 7-5 teams, a 6-6. And then 4 5-7s, and then a couple that fall below that.
And in my league, it's all over basically. But the singing Pony Cake Sports, man, that team. Listen to this team: James Conner, Christian McCaffrey, Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas, Travis Kelce, James White, DJ Moore. I mean, this guy just did it all this offseason. He made great trades. He positioned his team perfectly. I also am 5-7. Unfortunately, I can't say. I mean, I've had a lot of points scored against me, but back row shows had like 1,600 against them, and they're sitting at 6-6 in third place. And Antone 21, man, that guy started out I think like 1-5, 1-4, came back 7-5. He's sitting in second place, so congrats.
Nice.
And then in the other league, man, Dominate Fantasy, Nate Hamilton. He's 8-4. Second up, you'd never guess that Matt Harmon is going to probably make the playoffs with a 7-5 record. And then Shaggy Boy just edged out Lindsey okay, but that one is actually still on the fence. So there's a few of us that are out. Man, mine was just a bad draft. I picked Deshaun Watson. Then I started second-guessing it, so I backed him up with Kirk Cousins. And then just a few misappropriations with that fab budget, man. You do that wrong one time and you're just out. You just can't do anything about it after that. So I screwed up and now I'm paying for it. So unfortunately it's not looking good, but I do have my best foot forward. I think I might be able to squeak in, but it'll be a huge long shot.
I love it when you use big words like misappropriations, dirty job. I may break your balls for your math skills, but you have a hell of a vocabulary. I'll say that much.
I'm actually okay at math too, but I'm definitely no professor.
All right, that's it for the questions. Actually, there's one more that just came in. It's actually from the channel. It's let's knock this one out real quick. Why not do Christmas spirit? Neely 89. 2 transactions left for 4 weeks of playoffs. So I guess he's limited on his transactions for the year. Pick up Doug Martin for depth behind Connor, Breida, and Carrion, and Jalen Richard, or just hold off on the transactions. He has a backup quarterback, defense, and a tight end already. So should he wait, or should he grab Doug Martin now and then only be down to 1 transaction? He's got 4-week playoff too, so.
He already has Jalen Richard. Do you really want 2 running backs on your team from the Oakland Raiders?
Right.
No. I don't want
right.
any.
That's
I don't want any
situation you want to be in. I like what they've been doing with Doug Martin, but I think Jalen Richard it's Doug Martin. He's gonna Doug.
I don't want to be sitting there looking at my team every week and trying to decide Do I want to play Doug or Jalen Richard? Can I play both of them? The answer is no. You cannot play both of them, and you definitely don't want to be trying to guess which one's going to have a better week. So I would hold off.
What is the name of that song? Is it Teach Me How to Dougie?
Yeah. Or maybe Dougie.
Somebody
the Dougie.
Somebody listening, if you have any video editing skills, take that song and could you kindly cut together some highlight clips of Doug Martin running like 1 yard or negative 1 yard or right into the back of an offensive lineman. You know, all his worst plays from his career lately, and just put it to that song. That'd be awesome. Thank you. I'd really enjoy that. That's it, I guess. We're done. Good mail sack. You guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Lucas and Dirty Jobs, thanks for being on and answering all the questions. And if you guys want to reach us, it's easy. Go to sleepwire.com. Click that free advice button. You can send us questions. Go to the Twitter at Sleepwire Show. Find us on the Sleeper app at the Sleepwire channel, and also on the Fantasy Life app. We're on there a little bit. And Facebook group, Sleepwire Fantasy Football Club. You can join and be a part of the fantasy community on Facebook. That's it. We'll be back next week, and the Thursday show's coming out Friday. Just get you all your start-sit questions, and don't forget the Blitz, another live show on Sunday mornings from 11 till kickoff, where we do all your start-sit questions. You can call in. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the Sleepwire Show. Good luck.